So, to all you magic makers out there, I ask you this. What is crying out in you to be? It's another in-between time. It's almost March here on the farm, and I find myself experiencing the not yet in life. Sweet little birds have begun to show up on their way to their spring homes. Every morning, I sit at my window and I watch as they eat from the feeder that swings from the birch. They dance and flit in the morning light. This is just a stopover for them, an in-between place. I wrote in my last email that I sent to all of you that I had the blahs. I've been feeling like a seed beneath the earth. The weight of the soil all around me and the confines of my seed coat are feeling tight. And I mean tight. Really though, I think it's natural to feel this way at this time of the year as I wait for the spring to come. There are seasons of the earth as well as seasons of the soul, so we all feel this way from time to time. But I want to emerge. I want to sing with fresh magic to the world my song of knowing. I can feel my power building and growing, and I know that like the seed beneath the earth, I will soon burst forth. How about you? Do you feel the promise of new life, but the not quite yet? I'll tell you a secret. There is powerful magic in the not yet, and so much going on, even though it doesn't seem like it. It is the halfway point between Imbolc and Spring Equinox. This is a lovely liminal space when I relax into it. My mind plays with the questions and thoughts that arise. What do I want to be this year? What do I want to do? How am I holding myself back from living my own magic? What is really calling to me? How can I be honest with myself about what I need to shift, prune, remove, cover, tend, or release? As I prune the orchard, I'm thinking about how my life has become a little unruly, like the trees in my orchard. It's time to make some hard cuts. Just because something once bore fruit doesn't mean that it still does. Working with the land, I know that when plants become crowded, there is not enough light, airflow, nutrients, or water to support them all. Is there something in your life that needs cutting back? When I go to prune a tree, I make my way around it. I circumvent it, looking at every angle and surveying it carefully. I choose limbs that create the shape of the tree that I want. Just because a limb is large doesn't mean it should stay. These are the hard cuts to make, and I'm looking at my life and deciding what hard cuts I will be making this year. So to all you magic makers out there, I ask you this. What is crying out within you to be? No, like really ask yourself, what is crying out in me that wants to be? Are you listening? Are you really listening? Listening to the song that wants to come out, listening to your own magic, allowing your own voice to rise up and recognizing just how damn important you are. This lovely in-between time, I want to encourage all of us to listen to that cry, to hold that desire, feel into the warmth of it, and dare to dream of partnering with it. Like the tiny seed it needs space to grow. Hard question here. Will you make space for it? Every plant has a specific condition it prefers in order to thrive. Another hard question here. How can you honor the needs of your desire or desires? We get to have more than one. In the between time, I like to dream. In the between time, I feel my way towards potentiality. I like to feel its magic tickling me. Its mystery calls, and like a child, I smile and wonder, like only the wilding in me can. The wilding in me, the wilding in you. And I believe in the story that's in the springtime of self, just a wink and a nod away. This is the in-between time, and although it's a bit uncomfortable, I will wait in it, because this now is vital to who I am. I hope you heard that. That uncomfortable space has gold in it. Are you feeling the in-between time? This is the space you need to be in right now, so take it. Hey there, magic makers. April here. To me, it really is the in-between time. It's right between Imbolc and, this is actually like today as I'm recording, the exact day right between the Spring Equinox and Imbolc. And I kind of feel for me that there's sort of like this 2-week period. It started maybe a week ago and it stretches the next week, where I'm in this space where I'm not really in either season. And it's kind of uncomfortable for me. I've been really uncomfortable lately with myself, and I've just been looking at who I want to be and what I want my magical practice to be like this year. And I want to have a conversation about that with all of you. I'd love for you to share with me down below. Are you in an in-between time? Do you feel like you're emerging? Is this the summertime of your life? Because no matter what the earth is doing around us, we all have places that our soul is inhabiting, seasons that our soul is inhabiting. For me, I feel like I'm really in lockstep with the seasons up here in the Northern Hemisphere right now. And there's this powerful calling right now within me. It's so deep and it's almost painful. There's this sense of everything that I want to be this year, and this sense of the things that I have already cultivated in my life and how they call to me. And so I'm in this process of really looking at my life and thinking what I'm going to be cutting out. What am I going to be taking out? I'm in the middle of creating my early, I don't have a name for it yet, but it's basically a tarot basics course for those of you who are maybe not so good at reading or want to learn how to read tarot. I'm in the middle of making that course, and that's really important to me. I love sharing my knowledge about tarot. If you didn't know, I have another channel. It's called Tarot and Witchery, and there's a link to that down below. But I'm also thinking about what I'm going to be doing on that channel and what I'm going to be doing on this channel. I really love this channel. This is newer for me, and it feels so right to who I am, being able to share with all of you and to get the emails from you about your own magical experiences and how you're just growing in your own power and passion. I really want to share this year with you about natural witchery, about really making your witchery, your magic, your spirituality something that is incredibly natural to who you are, that is instinctual. I hope that when you watch my videos, you feel freed to do it your way, that you feel freed from the confines of a world that has told us that we need to look to books, that we need to look to the person, that we need to look to somewhere other than ourselves in order to release our own spirit. I really hope that for both of us, this year is about casting that off, moving into the deep knowing of self and the wilding of self. That is my cry for the year, is to rewild myself in a way that is very natural, that comes out of my life here on the farm and my interactions with all of you and with the magic that seems to be wanting to come up in me. I want to thank you for being here, for taking this journey with me, and for listening to my rambles. I I want to invite you to go ahead and sign up for my newsletter down there where I just send it out. It's really infrequent. I have to be honest, it's super infrequent. And I want to give you one last chance to sign up for my ancestral divination course. I will open it up again right before Mabon, somewhere in there, probably the between time between Lunasa and Mabon. I will open up that course again. But if you want to join us, you can. And we have like live calls. And I will be expanding the course, which if you sign up now, you'll be a part of that expanding part as well. So what else do I want to say? I just want to encourage you, if you feel like this is the in-between time, or you feel kind of stuck, like you want to emerge and you're not, to dive into that space, to realize that your now is all you have, and there's so much magic right there in that moment, this moment right now that you're in, the discomfort that you're in, to really ask yourself some hard questions about why you're not doing what you want to be doing, what you do need to be letting go of in order to make that happen in a wise way, right? We don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. And as in all good stories, of course, they say it came to pass. And that is because nothing ever comes to stay, it comes to pass. So this is a space, an in-between space. If you're in it with me, dive in, rest, rejuvenate, feel your way into that space, feel that desire rising in you. Just let yourself be free to do that. I think so often in our society, we feel like we have to do. And I took the last week and a half off to really just be, and it broke me out of a frenetic hamster wheel that I feel like I'd really been stuck on. And in that space, like the first couple days was horrible. I felt sick and I was just struggling to find the peace that I was hoping to find in this. And I just had to continue to relax. And it's just like vacation. It takes you a couple days to kind of feel like you're there. But I do feel like I gained some really great clarity in just relaxing into that. So just relax into it. Allow yourself to feel the magic that's in the moment, in the waiting, in the not knowing, and allow the questions to come up that are uncomfortable. And that honesty that can only be found in the stillness of ourselves. And I think that in that, each one of us finds our way to where our true desires are. And that is when something new, we call something towards ourselves. We meet ourselves in that moment because we allow it to be what it needs to be. It's magical. It's magical. Trying to force something, to me, that's not magic. That's not flow. That's a toxic masculinity mindset that tells us that we have to push, fight, smash, grab, take. I think that this is the era that we rise up as magical practitioners into our being. And in that, we find that the road rises up to meet us as well, through the challenges, through the good times, through the flow, and through the times that even feel stagnant. There is magic to be found in all places as long as we commit ourselves to being present with what is available to us in the moment. Anyway, if you made it this far, do me a favor and leave me a couple emojis down below that kind of let me know what your state of mind is, and a comment, if you will, on where you are in your life. What season are you in? What are you feeling right now? Is the promise there? Are you rising? Are you headed down the wheel to a place of stopping and maybe finding something new, like you're finishing a project? Where are you at this time? May you honor the between time. May you find the love in your heart for yourself to rest in what is and accept who you are and allow it to rise up and out of you.